Jabber Jawn 81. Tonight is a pub announcement. We will be trying the new Oreo Coke Zero and letting you know our options. I've already tried many of them, which sort of tells you what I think, but the other 3 contestants will be able to chime in with their equally valid opinions. We work as a team. Hand in hand. Officially, Oreo Coke Zero is not a sponsor as of yet, so our decisions will not be swayed by money or corporate bling. Also tonight we will discuss the rain. Always talking about the rain. Send in your favorite songs about the rain so we can hear what they are. I'm in a rush. See you soon. Bye bye.
Frog sitting on a log, one of them fell in. One frog said to the other frog, well, you better go get her. 2 little frogs sitting on a log, one of them fell in. Last little frog, he sat and thought, good thing they can swim. Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn. 3 little frogs sitting on a log, one burst into a grin. One frog said to the other frog, wonder what's got into him. 2 little frogs sitting on a log, one laughed until he is red. Last little frog, he sat and thought, must have been something I said. Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn, Jabber Jawn.
Oh my goodness, we're live. After hearing Kyle's intro, I'm on my songbook, my online songbook, typing in rain.
Send in your favorite rain requests. We won't play any of them, but we just want to know what they are.
Oh my goodness. Apparently I have a lot of songs with rain in them.
Because you're a rain man.
Because it rhymes with pain.
Oh well, I'll just abandon the theme.
Forget that. Don't send in any rain songs.
No, please send in all the rain songs.
We can talk about rain songs. We don't have to sing them.
That's right.
Pioneer snail blazing a trail, blazing a trail, blazing a trail. Lord knows it's hard to fail when you're just along for the ride. I've been building a hobo's home, and a hobo's home. It's going wherever you want to go, never ever having to hide. Oh, soldier, oh, holy, oh, summer night. Oh, baby, oh, hold me, I've been feeling alright. Someday everybody's gonna know my name, gonna know my name, gonna know my name. After that, things won't be the same. We better enjoy this while we can. Someday I'm gonna get a hero's cape, a hero's cape, a hero's cape. When they tie it on, it's gonna be too late. I'll be flying around Neverland. Oh, soldier, oh, holy, oh, summer night. Oh, baby, oh, hold me, I've been feeling alright. Made Making my living in a minor key, in a minor key, in a minor key. Turns out a lot of folks are a lot like me, and we all spend a lot of time falling. I'm heading back to baby steps, back to baby steps, back to baby steps. Almost forgotten how good and big they can get when you spend a long time crawling. Oh, soldier, oh, holy, oh, summer night. Oh, baby, oh, hold me, I've been feeling alright. I've been feeling alright. I've been feeling alright. Yay! Welcome to Jabber John, everybody.
If it's raining.
I think let's do a new format where each show I'll say I'll go welcome to Jabber John, and I'll say I'm Nathan Moore, and you say I'm Kyle Hogg.
I'm Kyle Hogg.
And then you say I'm Steve Moore.
I say I'm Steve Moore.
Right? Yeah, that's what you say.
I say I'm Steve Moore.
He loves the rain.
Let's try it. All right, that's the applause from the song.
Who'll stop the rain?
I've been feeling alright. All right, thank you. Welcome to Jabber John. I'm Nathan Moore.
I'm Kyle Hogg.
I'd say I'm Steve Moore.
If he really was, but he's not. So
Welcome to the show. There, let me see if the chats are working. It's been the bane of my Jabber John existence.
Y'all got to
chats.
chat with us.
Oh, I see a Facebook post in Discord. Yes, Billy Shoemaker, thank
Way
you
to
so
go, Billy
much.
Shoemaker.
Good to see everybody.
You're
All
officially
right,
a sponsor now, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Way to
We are
go.
working. We are working.
We're here, Billy.
What's your favorite rain song, Billy?
Oh, Who'll Stop the Rain's a great one.
Who'll stop the rain? Been asking that for years.
Long as I remember, rain's been coming down.
Initiating reverb.
That's exactly the way I remember
And I wonder, still I wonder, who stopped the rain? Yeah, that's a good one. Rain songs.
Well, you know, the best one, in my time would be, have to be Rainy Night in Georgia.
Rainy Night? I'm not sure.
Ooh-wee.
I'm not sure. That didn't come immediately to mind.
Oh, boy.
Sing a few bars.
No, but it's that slow version.
It's a love song.
Rainy Night in
Who
Georgia.
did it?
Can you
I'm
sing
trying.
a few
I'm
bars?
drawing a blank on.
I like if I say few.
Was it Brooke Benton? Rainy Night in
I don't know.
Georgia.
That one's. I'm drawing a blank on that. I need to
Really?
hear
That's
it.
one of the most beautiful
to me.
songs.
I can't sing
Brooke
it.
Benton.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
sing it, Lex?
Yeah, just let me warm up for a second.
me, you, we.
You need your accordion.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to make my voice sound like
He's
a guitar.
playing all
real
that
quick.
over there, folks.
Over and by my suitcase.
All right, copyright strike.
Fine.
We're getting in
Yeah,
trouble.
he sort of talks.
I
to
still did. Even after hearing that little bit, it didn't bring it right to mind. I guess I don't know that one.
Yeah.
That is a nice voice.
Yeah. Well, check it out. But,
What's that song? Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
That's Burt Bacharach, isn't it?
Oh, it is? Look at you.
Purple Rain. Has anybody ever heard of Prince?
I've heard of him.
Purple rain, purple rain. I wish we cussed
God,
on
that
this
rainy
show.
days,
'cause
rainy days and Mondays always get. That's a beautiful song.
I learned a really funny trick at High Sierra one night, late night on the porch, and we started doing this version of Purple Rain, and Kellen Asbrook from Fruition just kept throwing in these MFers, but all the syllables, and just realized you could throw that into almost any song, and it just makes the moment really. Purple rain. It's almost like that trick where you read a fortune cookie and then add in bed
bed.
to
Right.
the end of it, and it works every time. You throw a few MFers into any song, and it just becomes
A party favorite.
party favorite.
Now, Dylan had to have a bunch of rain songs, but I can't think of any.
You know, Dylan very rarely I mean, except from his early days when he did old folk songs, but he very rarely covered any songs. One of like 2 covers I can ever think of Bob Dylan was his version of Gordon Lightfoot's Early Morning Rain,
Oh, wow.
That's
which
a
is
great
completely
song.
relevant. My brain really kicked it up a notch there.
That's very good.
In
Yeah.
the early morning rain. Yeah, that's a great one. I love that song.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bring the Canadians into everything, don't you?
Oh, Kether's in here saying that she and I sang Purple Rain at karaoke once.
Wow.
Did I drop any MF bombs in our rendition? Rainy Day People. Is that the one I sang?
No.
Eddie.
Oh, we got people from the north of Scotland just tuned in.
Hey, way to go.
What's your favorite song about the rain?
Did y'all ever get rain over there? Or is that an American thing? I'm not sure.
Oh, Bob Dylan. And it's a hard.
Oh,
It's
my
a
God. How did we
hard.
forget that?
It's a hard rain.
God, how did I forget
It's gonna
that?
fall.
Daggone it.
I bet he has
I'm
others.
embarrassed now that I didn't think of that. Maybe it was in my mind 'cause I knew he had like a. Oh, man.
All right, let's see if we can keep going. Let's see if we can keep going around
What
the
else?
circle.
Let's see
You're
what else.
next.
I keep thinking the
Rain song.
Bangles had a rain song. Maybe not.
I don't know if that counts.
It would
Rain.
count. Okay, so
Is anybody writing in? Please help us. We're not looking very smart here right now.
Eddie Rabbit, I Love a Rainy Night.
I love a rainy night. Yes, I love a rain. Man, I know
Eddie
them all.
Rabbit. he probably wondered
He was
if
a real
you think
person.
you think he changed his name for showbiz?
You must have heard that song at the rave you went to, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it was definitely a rave song.
Love the rainy night.
Eddie Berkowitz.
God, now all I can sing now is that rainy days.
Yeah, we're just naming songs about rain. Admiral Balls.
You got 90 minutes of this, so chime in.
You got another one, Dad?
No, not right off the top of my
Gosh,
head.
you know that rain had to be more. That has to be in somebody's
I'm
song.
singing in the rain.
Gosh, there you
There
go.
you go.
All right, so when I just did that, what did y'all first think of? Anything?
I thought of
For me, that song is forever ruined
why?
by
Oh,
What?
the orange,
Madonna?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork
Oh.
Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. Now, see, I'm old enough to go all the way back to Fred Astaire.
Mhm. Yeah, the
And,
innocent good times of that song.
Yeah.
When it was a
That's
nice
what
sweet-
made
Oh,
it.
we did Greg Brown. It's nice when it rains.
Oh, it's nice when it rains. Yeah, that's a great one.
Oh yeah.
Under my umbrella.
Now, are you thinking of Bus Stop by the Hollies? Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella.
Oh,
yeah,
Box
that's a
of
rain
Rain.
song.
Oh, just a box of rain.
Oh, now I guess the guys from where'd you say they were from? Scotland. Where'd you say they were from? They said it's always rain and wind here.
Oh, Guns N' Roses, November Rain. I can't sing a few bars of that.
No, we don't.
You got that, Lex? You know how it goes?
No.
I'm surprised with your GNR bona
Now
fides.
I would think
I'm
like
not a
Joni
GNR.
Mitchell or
You're not?
No.
Mm.
But Willie T is a GNR guy.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
You might be thinking of him. He's the only, he's like, he sticks out to me as he loves them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who
Timing's
I would
everything.
think. Yeah.
He just must be exactly the right age.
There is a song, "Can You Stand the Rain" by New Edition, which is an R&B group from the 80s.
Man.
All right.
And
Can you sing us a couple bars of that?
let me turn my reverb up.
Oh, here we go. Do you need us to like sidestep and clap?
You could if you knew it. It'd be good. On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Come on. 'Cause I need somebody, harmonies that can stand by me.
I gotta unbutton my
Yeah,
shirt
it's a
little
great
bit.
tune. It's a slow jam.
I didn't hear rain.
I know. He just wants to sing a song. He doesn't even have a rain song. He just wants to sing.
So it's a.
It's a shower jam. That's how he starts off every day.
I would think like Joni Mitchell or Lauren Nero or somebody would have a rain song, wouldn't they?
Well, they got to.
Yeah, it's like that was popular back then. Man, my brain is going blank.
There's a song called "Rain" by the Beatles. Rain, I don't mind.
God, Lex. Kentucky Rain, y'all know that one?
Kentucky rain.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that.
Do you have a lighter? I can't find my lighter.
Sure, I do.
I'm only happy when it rains.
Oh my God, this is a perfect one. Raindrops keep falling
on my head.
Oh,
Man, who
yeah.
sent that in?
Doesn't
Man,
mean the sky will soon.
we've got a winner. I think that wins. Oh my God, who sent that in? Restream bot. What does that mean?
Oh, that's his name.
I have a
Oh, raindrops
song.
keep falling
I
on
have
my
a song
head.
that I couldn't remember how to play it
Great
on
one.
guitar, or I would have started with it, called "I Like the Rain."
Keep falling. Who sang Raindrops? That's God, who sang Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
Not sure,
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
but that doesn't mean the sky will soon be turning red. It's red.
I think
Why
so.
would that? Why would anybody
Love to
think
me.
the sky would soon be turning red?
The rain keep falling. God, I mean, I remember riding in the car with my parents listening to that song. Telling them, please turn it off.
I wish it would rain. The Temptations.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you know that one?
Oh, God, yes.
Can you sing a bar of that?
Nope.
Good one, Bigfoot. You get 2 points.
That is a good one.
Oh, Joe Warren says, I think it's gonna rain. And I think it's gonna rain today. Y'all know that one?
I don't know. I don't
No.
know that one.
Here Comes the Rain Again. Another one from Gray Bigfoot.
Oh, I got a good one.
Day of People by a band you were in.
Yeah, but I can't remember the rain line.
Love Rain on Me, The Who.
Oh,
Oh man.
yeah.
God, y'all be good at trivia. I'm just sitting here drinking beer and I can't think of a thing.
It's not like Rain Over Me, like REIGN.
We might need to look that up, but I think it's Rain on Me because he says it a lot. Rain on me.
Rain in blood.
But it could. I wonder if it is REIG.
Oh, the Innocence Mission. The song just called Rain. Setting out in the leaf boat. And some advanced work here, including the link. We could play that immediately if we wouldn't get in trouble for it. Yeah, my song, I Like the Rain, is all about, it's, I like the rain 'cause I'm inside, and I didn't want to go outside anyway. Now I don't feel so bad, I can just stay inside and play. It's all about how the rain justifies what I wanted to do anyways.
I wrote that almost exact same thing. How did I say it the other day? I used to, when I was young, I would hate it when it rained because I couldn't go out. And now I love it when it rains because nobody else can go out either.
Right. You don't have to go out. That's great.
Yeah, it's you don't talk about that because that's selfish, but that's all you are. It's what you do all day is be selfish when you think about it. So I'm just admitting it. Yep. I looked out the other morning and said, nobody's out there having any fun this morning. I'm happy. Isn't that just disgusting?
There was a song, Rain, Rain, Go Away, Please Come Back Some Other Day. Is that a song or that's just something kids
That's a
sing?
meme.
Yeah, well, basically what it is, yeah. That's a good answer. That's not like a real song, is it?
Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. So the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. Did you do the rain? Okay, good.
There's a lot in that.
Ooh,
going
the
on in
rain
that story.
song, Led Zeppelin.
Oh man, these people are smart.
What'd you say, Lex?
So there's a lot going on in the story of that song.
The itsy bitsy spider?
Yeah, when you think about it, like
Oh man, it's raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. I'm sorry to interrupt you with my birth.
Yeah, you're interrupting his.
a lot.
He wants to talk about the
I know.
itsy
What's
bitsy
the good
spider.
We want to hear your horror stories about the itsy bitsy spider. How
oh
you
no, I
couldn't
was
sleep
just
at night.
just when you think about it, it says so much in such a short amount of time. You know, there's like this the spider gets like flooded out, and there's like this whole like tragic thing that happens, but it's like no. The sun comes out, and here he comes again, and then you're relieved. I mean, you go. There's all this stuff going on. Very
Yeah, like
quickly.
right when you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, what happened? Don't worry. The sun came out, dried up all the rain.
and
the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. It's fine, relax. Corey, welcome to the show. We're talking about songs about rain. Rainy Night Crawler might be a good song.
I'm just glad the weather girls got
I-
some love.
I definitely have wonderful childhood memories of one of the things that was so fun about when it rained was Dad would send me out to get night crawlers after the rain stopped because
an
they would all
important job.
come out and lay
Oh yeah.
in the yard. That's a pretty remarkable thing because you go out with a flashlight or whatever, and the night crawlers they would all be like sticking out, laying in the wet grass. But you had to catch them just right. You had to look at the night crawler and gauge which end was going into the ground and grab it at that end, because if you grabbed it at the other end it would suck back in like someone just sucking something through a straw or something. I wonder how they are so quick like that to get back in the hole.
They have bristles that pull. Those bristles, they have bristles on the outside that they can hold on to it, and then they just jerk back in.
Which I definitely get, but
Their
it still seems
muscles
like
are-
there's so much of them sticking out, like these bristles.
But there's still a whole lot of them sticking in.
Mm-hmm.
That all of them, every segment, you know, when they're not stretched out, every segment has bristles. So it doesn't. You don't have to be as long if you're not strung out. They're all stretched out
Mm-hmm.
when they're out looking for sex,
Is
which is
that what they're
interesting
doing?
there. Well, that's
And they found Nathan. Wasn't that the
the
lucky
interesting
day?
thing about that is that what they're doing is they're not hermaphrodites. They actually, I don't know the term, but they have both sexes. So all of them, they're lining up their male and the female on each, so they're fertilizing each other.
Interesting.
And so that's what they're doing when they lock up. And then that's called a double. You try to grab both
Right,
of them.
if you get both of them. I remember I can
Yeah.
actually, you just spawned a memory of you getting all excited getting two of them.
You get a double, you've really done something. And the
Is it-
worst thing that happens is you break them.
Right.
You can't just jerk them out because they're so strong that they'll actually break.
Now you told me when I was a kid that earthworms had 5 hearts and you could break them into 5 pieces and they would all live. Is
Well,
that true?
Not really. I mean, it's true about the number of hearts, which just means they had different places along that muscle that were bigger to pump into some, you know. It just, yeah, they had 5 hearts, but they weren't equally distributed.
Can you split one in half and both halves would live?
Probably not. The back end is more of just the end of the tail and controlled muscle movement, and it's part of the body, but it's the circulation system is in the front part. So if you cut them in half, the back half would probably die and the front half would live.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't count on anything living besides part of the front half, because that's where all the computers are, whatever the brain is and all that. Yeah.
Rainy Days and Monday. We sang that earlier, but I didn't know who
The
it was.
Carpenters,
It's the
yeah.
Carpenters. Got it.
I had my Carpenter shirt on like
Raining
what?
in My Heart.
Like a day or two ago.
Oh, you were wearing a Carpenter's shirt.
You should have known that.
Yeah, I should have. I know, I'm pitiful.
I'm not familiar with this song, but apparently Tim Bloom has a song called Raining Gravel.
Ouch.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
It was a metaphor for dating.
That might be unrelated.
There was an internet hit called
Earth
Chocolate Rain.
Slurpers.
Chocolate Rain.
Y'all remember that?
Internet hit.
Chocolate
That's an
Rain.
interesting description.
Chocolate Rain, folks. Look it up in your spare time.
What made it an internet hit? A video or something?
Yeah, it was like this kid singing it, and it was just. I don't want to spoil it all. It was just.
Since you've already ruined the
funny.
itsy bitsy
It's
spider.
just funny.
Man, I haven't come up with anything. It was my idea, and I hadn't even had a.
You're drawing a
single one.
blank?
I am.
We did pretty good. That was a pretty solid list. But I do feel like there's a lot more.
No, just going with that.
How does the
later.
Rain song by Led Zeppelin go?
I don't know.
That's what you say for all Led Zeppelin songs.
In the land of the holy sun. Ow!
In the rain. Are we tapped? Now I feel like
We're starting a Zeppelin cover band if y'all are interested. All the songs will have rain in them. God, I thought I'd be more help. I've actually just dragging this conversation into the mud.
Oh.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What's that to do with rain? Oh, because he's
Then
out
one. That was
Reindeer.
foggy.
Reindeer.
Gotcha.
Oh my God.
Spelled differently.
Rudolph the Red. Gosh, that's a pretty good one. That was over my head.
So it's got to be in the title.
Swaby just searched my lyrics site and says, according to it, I have 50 songs with rain, with the word rain in there. I believe it.
So the song might not have anything to do with rain, but some of the lyrics do.
Right. Yeah, it's not in the title. November Rain,
Now, where does the rain in Spain mostly fall?
the plane.
November Rain's at GNR.
Another trivia question for y'all.
So no one's said anything about my new shoes yet.
Gosh, you had a new shirt on last week. Now new shoes.
Yeah, I'm into the clothes.
Wow, look at it.
But I think I've found my new jam. These are
there some Lowe's?
my new favorites. This is a
Tell
Home
us
Depot.
about
well, they're from a great company called Tiva, which is actually a company I haven't worn in probably 30 years or whatever, because it was Tivas I was wearing the night my foot went through that window, and I ended up with that piece of glass in my foot that was there for the next 10 years. But those were sandals, but I knew they were quality company. But these guys, because I love slippers, you know, like just, but I like all-terrain slippers. But two things I love about these is the sole. You like a slipper with a good solid sole so you can go outside even in the wet. But this sole is wide. A lot of them are like narrower than the shoe a little bit, so there's a little bit of the shoe that hangs out over the edges. You know what I'm talking about? And I've always hated that. The sole extends beyond the width of the shoe, so you got complete coverage of the sole. See how that's extending beyond there?
It's
It's a solid. Now here's the beautiful part. Collapsible heel.
Oh man, you can go both
So you
ways.
can just oh, that floor is wet right there. We do have seepage going on here, but you can just step right into them without bending over or anything to run out to the mailbox or whatever. Or if you're really going to do some serious running, you pull the collapsible
nice.
heel back
That's
out. Isn't that
nice.
amazing? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
collapsible heel, folks. These are called Re-Ember, I think, something like that. But I got them and I liked them so much I went ahead and ordered another color.
Did you ever go back to Lowe's and get you another shirt?
Not yet. I'm definitely going to do that, though.
Now, I guess you're getting a kickback here.
Oh, yeah.
They're a sponsor.
New sponsorship.
TiVo.
Yeah, that's what I'm
TiVo.
thinking. What's
Welcome,
your new
TiVo, to the
sponsor?
family, to the Jabberjawn family.
Yep, we got one there. That's a good advertisement.
Yep.
Yep.
They heard about the show and sent me this free pair, and I went ahead and ordered another color. I was such a fan of their product.
Good on a beautiful day or a rainy day.
What a company.
Yeah.
So I actually saw you in the wild on Tuesday night.
You did.
He was out celebrating his birthday. It's Kyle's birthday.
Yeah, the funny
We should
thing-
have a cake or something.
I didn't even see your invite till the next day. We just showed up there totally by
Yeah, we hadn't planned on any of that. I was surprised when he walked through the door. We went early to get some dinner before, because it was Rennie's birthday as well on Tuesday night. So it was one of the best showings at Marino's in a while. It was a really fun night.
It was fun.
We were kind of catching up on Grayson's birthday.
That's right.
Because he had the COVID during his birthday.
Mhm.
Poor,
Oh, wow.
poor kid pulled out of that cloud and got to make it up that night.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun night.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed it.
I played accordion all night.
I dropped the last bite of my hot dog and had to live that down for.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. The last bite of his hot dog fell out and hit the table, and then he put it on his plate. But then it was revealed that the whole reason he didn't eat it was because Kether had seen it happen. So he was stuck.
Like,
I was like, if Kether hadn't seen that happen, would you have eaten it? And he's like, absolutely.
What?
Because I didn't want her to think I was eating food off the table.
Oh my God.
But then she was funny because she said, well, actually, when you dropped it and put it on your plate, she was going to eat it. If you're not going to eat that, I'll go ahead and eat it.
Yeah, it sounds like a reasonable approach.
How long did you stay that night? I didn't see you leave.
We watched like an hour, maybe 90 minutes of the stuff.
So you
We saw-
don't have that voice that when that happened and that hot dog hit there and you looked at it and you didn't have that voice that said, there are people that are in India right now that would give anything to have that bite of that hot dog.
I did, but I didn't want Kether like being like, don't let him back in the house. He eats food off the table.
I knew the voice he had in his head when it happened was the old grade school 10-second rule. What is
Well,
that? Was
yeah.
it 10 seconds for you or
I
5?
pretty much scooped it up right away. It was, but probably wasn't even 2 seconds.
But do you remember that rule?
I should have held it in my hand and faked like I put it down. And like, put it down. But then he taught me some manners too that night.
Really?
I was offered some sweet potato fries, and I just said, just an ignorant old man. I said, no, that's fine. And then he said, when they offered you that, they wanted some of your regular fries. And I was like, man, I gotta get some manners.
Yeah, he had a friend with him, and she was like, would you like some of my sweet potato fries? And he was like, nah. And then that was the end of it. And I was like, you realize what she was really asking was for some of your real French fries.
I'm not worldly.
I thought that
worldly
was
like
really
him.
funny because I can't stand sweet potato fries. It's one of those things that I feel like happened because everybody got health conscious and not because anybody actually liked them. I saw a funny meme today that was like, it was this picture of this angry looking eagle walking on the beach or whatever, and the caption was just like, I'm just out on this stupid walk for my stupid health and stupid mental health. Stupid physical and mental health. I'm on this stupid walk for my stupid physical and mental health.
You've been reading.
I just save them. I don't know why. I got a folder full of memes. I just don't have anything to do with them, but I just have to save it.
Yeah.
That's why I'll send them to you guys every now and again, just because.
And then I say,
And then you save them. Swaby says happy birthday.
Oh, I saw
Everybody
that,
says happy
Swaby.
birthday.
Swaby, happy birthday to you
Let's
too.
all sing it to him.
Not to me. Swaby's birthday was 2 days before mine, wasn't it?
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah.
It's been it's so funny because it was Swaby's birthday Monday, Rennie's birthday Tuesday. It turns out your birthday as well on Tuesday. Another person that watches, their birthday is on Thursday. Meanwhile, Fortnite, the game we play on the Xbox all the time, it's birthday week on Fortnite. Have you been seeing that?
I didn't know what it was.
All the balloons everywhere. There's like birthday presents all through the world, and weird birthday balloons and birthday cake you're supposed to eat. And I'm just like, what is going on with this week? It is the birthday week all around.
So we can all go to Friendlies and get a free meal, right?
So is that a lot of New Year's babies? Is that what that means?
Oh, you got to do the math, huh?
Oh, somebody told me yesterday we had like a little birthday party at work. Somebody told me September 9th is the most popular birthday, the most, not popular, but, well, I don't know what the term is, most frequent, common.
I wonder if it's like by a really big margin. That would be interesting.
Somebody said the term common at work. Have y'all heard the word common lately? A friend of mine told me they saw me downtown. I was coming out of Yelping Dog. And I said, why didn't you say anything? They said, well, I didn't think you wanted to talk to me, so I didn't say anything. I was telling some people at work about that. And this guy said, that's common. It's like, man,
That's common.
I haven't heard the term common.
That's old. That's like from the 80s.
And I hadn't heard that term in so long.
People used to say that in the 80s, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's cold up, or that's rude, or whatever. Yeah.
I was like, man, I haven't heard that for so long. That's
Cold
common.
up. I just said cold up, too.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
kind of old.
That means the same thing as common?
Kind of. It means like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's rude, you know?
That's interesting use of that word, because common means most likely to happen.
I'm just saying how it was used, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. Oh, you're being common. Right.
And it's funny because when he said it, we started laughing, and somebody said, that's such an 80s term. Common.
I don't remember ever using
Yeah,
it
no.
then.
Because you're not common. You have nothing common about you.
Well, but if I'm not common, then everybody else is common. I'd be talking
But,
about them
you're
all the time.
polite. You thought it. You just didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, I didn't know the term. I used it in my head. I just didn't know what I was saying. But you know, common, you can go back to commoner, which is an older English term about, you know, the commoners were the
Peasants?
were
Or
more the peasants, exactly. They were the ones that were ruled.
is that what like the royalty would refer to them as?
Yes. Anybody that has a title, an earl or a duke, would we talk about the commoners. And that would include the smiths, the people that had skills too. Could be a commoner. So it was everybody that was not entitled.
Talking
I
about
love that idea that a lot of last names referred to the profession of your ancestors. If you're
Yeah.
a baker or a smith, Smith is such a common name now, but back in its origin, they were actually smiths.
Yep. Well, there are all kinds of smiths that did different things. Yeah.
Like what?
Well,
There's
you
probably a
had,
wordsmith that made that up.
yeah, blacksmiths and
Quick.
wordsmiths, and, which were quite often the same person.
But I looked up cesspool. Remember we were talking about what cess was? And they said that cess is not even like really a word, but people say they got all the cess out of the pool. That cess is not even by itself like a term. It doesn't mean anything.
How do you spell
Interesting.
it?
C-E-S-S?
C-E-S-S? Yeah.
Well, that's impossible. You can't. I
Well-
grew up with the word.
Well,
the
Cess?
person that you
No.
talked to was an AI.
No.
Didn't really wasn't
No,
even a real
The word
thing.
cess?
No,
Cess.
Really?
I grew up knowing about a cesspool.
yeah,
yeah,
ce-
cesspool's the word.
Cesspool, just like a pool. They said it doesn't have to be dirty, but it's just like where standing water and stuff goes. But actually, the term cess by itself doesn't mean anything.
It just doesn't stand up. It just falls over.
That's right.
It's two-dimensional. That's crazy. It's kind of like. No, I won't go there. Never mind.
So people are probably wondering about this bar we have
I
set
know,
up
man.
here.
We got an experiment tonight.
Last week we talked about this, and Kyle actually went out and did it and found some and liked it.
I did like it, but nobody I've ever even told about it wants to even try it. But these three brave young men have accepted the challenge.
ladies and gentlemen, presenting our latest sponsor here on Jabberjawn, Oreo Coca-Cola.
Zero
Sugar. That's what's so
right.
weird about it.
And they don't make it regular Coke. It's only zero sugar.
Thank you to
So,
our new
let's see
sponsor.
here.
Welcome to the Jabberjawn family. Coke Zero Oreo.
So if we have
Here you go.
to,
You want to open it?
so if we have to end early, you'll know why. Is there a special way you hold these when they do it on the commercials? Your face is right there.
Just be sure you do it close to your mic so we all hear that satisfying.
All right, here we go. I'm not promising anything.
Do you hear that, folks?
That
Let's-
sounds good.
I encourage you to turn up your volume out there, folks.
All right, you get the first. You get the first glass of Kool-Aid.
What?
We're running out of hands here.
Thank
Your
you.
Oreo Coke, sir.
Thank you. All right, should I wait?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's
All right.
a toast. You want to propose a toast?
No, I'd like to toast, but I don't want to propose anything.
To the startup company Coca-Cola, we're hoping you do well.
Wine enters through the lips. Beauty enters through the eye. I raise a glass to my lips. I look at you and sigh.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right.
Oh, there is some Oreo in there. There's some freaking Oreo in there.
I'm not mad at it.
Not mad at it. Good way of putting it.
Common.
Uncommon.
It's uncommon.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's very sweet,
For no sugar.
but I don't feel but I don't feel any Oreo.
Oh, really?
No.
No, not. It's a strong taste, but it doesn't ring the Oreo bell to me.
Sometimes it doesn't hit you right away.
Yeah, but it tastes good. It's something I would say, yeah, I'll drink
Man,
that.
you've done good. Zero Coke.
Not bad. How do you eat your Oreos?
Well, I break them in half and put one half in the back of my mouth and suck on it till it gets soft enough to crunch up with my teeth.
Break them
with
in
my-
half?
I break it in half.
Like separate it between the cream or break it in half?
No, I break the cookie and I don't split it up.
Okay.
I just snap it off because I don't want to put the whole cookie in my mouth. I'm just breaking it. I'm taking a bite of the cookie, but I don't have the teeth to.
Gotcha. You go and just
So I break it off physically, but then I put it in my mouth and let it soften up, and then I can chew it. And I get a lot more flavor. I get a lot of flavor out of that process.
A lot more miles out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When something tastes good, it tastes good longer.
Do you dip it in milk or anything?
I don't usually. I usually have something to drink nearby, but I don't drink milk that much. But,
Dipping it in milk might facilitate the quickening of the softening to the.
oh yeah, well that's what I do when I have a coffee. I'll dip it, and that really makes a difference.
It's like a biscuit. How about you? How do you eat
See,
your
we're
Oreos?
from the sugar diabetes. I haven't had an Oreo in
Oh.
like 50 years. So I was telling people at work, this is based on my memory of what an Oreo tastes like.
Do you remember how you used to eat them?
Probably like by the fistful. Like a wild animal.
There's another meme I saved the other day. It was, I don't know how many cookies it takes to be happy, but so far it's not 27.
I don't know if I told y'all, but we have a keg of Fireball at work now. Did I tell you about that? So
Yeah.
we have a big keg of Fireball at
A
work.
keg of Fireball at work.
Right.
That's just
So-
next level. Do you have like a kegerator or anything?
It's
It's
out.
room temperature?
Yeah.
That's not right.
But a friend of mine makes, in the morning they make coffee, but they put cream in their cup and then they microwave it and they have one of those, so they get the cream all, stirred up and frothy and stuff. And so she was doing that and got the cream already. Then she went to the coffee pot. There was only like a few drops of coffee left. And she was like, oh man, what am I going to do? She didn't want to throw that cream out, so she just filled the coffee cup with Fireball.
Oh, come
and
on.
she said it's the best drink she's ever had.
She invented a new
cream
thing.
and Fireball.
Oh, did you try it?
No,
I'm intrigued.
I ain't mad at it.
So if you're ever anywhere and they're out of coffee, just get you a little thing of Fireball and you'll be good to go.
Oh my God.
I definitely enjoy trying to separate the Oreo and leave the cream all intact.
Oh yeah.
And then eat a little bit off with my teeth or whatever, and then push it back down so it smushes what's left.
Man.
How about you? How do you eat your Oreos?
All right.
All right, he said.
Gosh, all right.
Can I borrow your whiteboard, Steve?
Yeah.
You and me will be the cookie part. He's gonna be the cream. He's gonna show us exactly how it goes.
Oh, that'd be fun for this.
Come on.
No, so
I want to be the cream.
I would trade seats.
I can't remember how it originated, but it happened one day in our kitchen, and the kids were younger, and we took a little coffee cup, and we stacked like 4 Oreos in it, and then poured milk in,
Oh, wow.
almost up to the top, and then ate it with a spoon.
Oh man.
Oh, my
It
goodness.
was like an Oreo.
Do you break them with a
That's like-
spoon, or were
Well,
you
They
eating?
get soggy.
That's like fancy New York.
Oh, they get
restaurant.
soggy.
It gets soggy, and you just go right through it. It's
Right.
like cake almost.
Oh my
God!
goodness.
You gotta
Oh,
try it.
I do have
You
to
gotta
try it.
it. You gotta try it.
I am all about it.
But
I'm
aren't
not
there-
mad at it.
But but doesn't Oreo have like all kinds of flavors now? Like besides just that vanilla cream?
I'm not sure.
Because at the grocery store, like Oreos take up like a whole
Oh, they
thing.
do?
Yeah.
They got pumpkin spice Oreos right now, and then they'll have
Chocolate,
peppermint mocha, or
yeah.
peppermint ones. That
There's
do you-
like the Numinos, the mint ones.
No, do you have a favorite?
I just like the regulars. I do like, without milk though. I like taking them apart, trying to preserve that cream on 2 of them, and make a double stuff.
Oh man,
I go for that sometimes. I have
you're a
done that.
craftsman.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You get 2 of them
Yeah.
separated with the cream fully intact, and put the 2 cream. What do you do with the other 2? Just
Sometimes I'll
follow
put
'em
that
up?
in. I don't know. I
Just throws it in the trash.
give it to the dog. No. I eat those, but yeah, they're usually just kind of like boring and this boring leftover that I don't really want to eat, but I don't want to waste.
Right.
But man, the reward is that double stuff.
Yeah, double
Then they
stuff.
started
Then they
selling
start
them.
selling. Right. You're
Then
like,
they got them even bigger
you're
than
like,
that.
I invented that.
They have like mega stuff or something now.
Man.
It's ridiculous. Easy
Ooh,
Oreo.
Joe Warren says red velvet Oreos are the
Oh,
best.
yeah, I've seen
I have not
those.
heard of this. I'll be right back. Red velvet Oreos.
Now, when I was a kid growing up, we thought graham crackers were the best thing. Did you ever have graham crackers back in the day?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I grew up with graham
Yeah.
crackers.
Y'all, either one of y'all?
I love
eat those?
making little sandwiches out of the rectangles of peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still do that.
Oh man, that doesn't get old.
That yeah, you need your that's my protein boost.
Is there protein in what?
Well,
in
the peanut
peanut
butter.
butter, yeah.
Yeah, peanut butter.
Man, I'm now with graham crackers.
Yeah, I
Put
got
some ice
some a
cream
while
in
back.
between them.
They last a long time now.
What is the red velvet Oreos? What is it?
That's a new one. It's a new flavor.
I have seen it. Yeah,
What-
the
Oh, like
you know what
like
you
the red
haven't-
velvet cakes.
Yeah.
You know what you haven't mentioned is just the half of the aisle now is the vanilla. You know, that don't have the chocolate. They're not black. They're the.
We had some. Kethra can't do chocolate anymore, and last time we went camping, we brought Oreos because the time before we went camping, I was like, you know what I really wish we had was Oreos. I don't even know where that came from, some childhood memory or something. So the next time we had Oreos, and she doesn't do chocolate, so we had 2 bags of Oreos, the vanilla ones and the regular ones. Whew.
Yeah, I've been getting the vanilla for a long time, and then just the last time I went, I don't get them every time, but once in a while I'll get a bag. But last time I got the chocolate, and that was fun to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely more of a childhood, a memory of the old days.
Do you remember any like can or cookies or anything that was popular that's no longer around?
Oh, I'm sure I could come up with it. Most of them are pretty basic, though. Like the fingers, lady fingers, they were special.
Are those chocolate wafers?
They still make them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How about animal
Nutter
crackers?
butter.
Were
What
they
was
around?
one of the Vienna? I think they're called Vienna something.
Sausages?
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah.
The little cream in them.
Yeah.
Is that like the
Little
wafers with the cream in them?
They're rectangles.
Wait, those are amazing.
Yeah. I think they still make those, but I can't remember what the name of them
I think we're talking about the same thing. It's like the
is. Yeah.
crinkly wafer. I don't know how
Oh,
to
yeah.
describe it.
Looks like a
Rectangles.
Well, that's I
A
know
Lego
that one
type
too.
looking
Yeah, that's
thing.
a
What
good
am I talking about?
Oh,
What do you call those? Somebody help.
They wafer.
Oh my gosh. Josh Sadler says fire roasted gummy bears on a stick and
What?
s'mores made with Snickers. Couple of pro tips.
Fire roasted gummy bears.
What's up? The gummy bear seems like it's too small of a thing to stick into a fire
It'd
on
be
a
burning
stick.
hot in your mouth. Ah!
Foiled again.
Do you like it? Ah! My voice box is melted. I can't speak.
I should have known better.
Persons.
Wait a minute.
Billy Shoemaker says macaroons with pink icing.
Oh, yeah,
What's
tell-
a macaroon?
That's what the British eat.
French.
Back when we were growing up, we called commoners maroons.
Wait a minute.
What a maroon? What's that from?
Maroon 5.
What a maroon?
maroon's a color. A
We need to
macaroon is a
go back
type
to
of
the burning hot gummy bears. Who wrote that in?
Josh Sadler.
Josh Sadler.
Fire
You need to give us
roasted
more.
gummy bears on a stick.
You need to give us more details about that.
Yeah, we do need to know more about that.
It seemed like it would just drip into the fire.
Right.
You gotta be quick.
So what's a macaroon?
It's a type of cookie, but I don't. I think it's got a coconut thing going on. But it's
Well,
a-
then that was
So I imagine a dome of something on top of a
sprinkles
flat
on
cookie,
it,
but I
yeah.
could be wrong.
What, a
about
macaron? Macaron?
that. Macaroon.
Yeah. Also pronounced macaron. It's
all
like
I-
a sandwich kind of thing with it might be a custard that's in the middle, or Lucy has made them before.
The macaroons.
Yeah.
They're all saying coconut in here.
Yeah. Where's this dude you're talking about that's eating these things on a gummy bear?
We might be
Josh
talking about
Sadler. It's
different-
right up there.
We could be talking about different snacks.
The macaroon thing.
Yeah, is that a Girl Scout cookie or something?
Several. Oh, maybe it is a Girl Scout flavor. Oh my God! Billy Shoemaker says pink, just out of the blue, pink cream cheese. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with that.
Gummy bears
Right.
on a stick.
Are we just inventing stuff? He says no drip, sweet and smoky. Then you can use in candy sushi. Boy, we're going deep here.
I like it. I love
Fire roasted.
okay, I
gummy
don't think we
bears.
have to go everywhere.
Right,
I got a
Yeah,
sweet
I think
tooth. I can
sometimes
talk
you
about
could
other
read
stuff.
something and say,
Man, I
let's
wanna-
don't go there.
right.
I mean, you can do some of that, can't you?
Yeah, I should edit a little bit here.
We need to get Josh Sadler as a sponsor. He needs to come in and do a cooking
I feel like
on show.
so.
on the
Joe,
show.
just to go back to my what a maroon. Joe Warren says no. It's from the word moron, but it was a cartoon reference that I was. What a maroon. Anybody?
Moron, maroon.
Maroon.
Bugs Bunny.
So maybe it was. Yeah, I think it's like Bugs Bunny.
What if you're marooned on an island? Doesn't that mean you're
Yeah,
trapped?
you can be marooned too.
Yeah.
You can be verbed.
Man, I want to get this guy. Who knows Josh Sadler? Nobody knows him.
I know.
Can you get him to come visit us and make these things? We'll build a fire down here.
What an ignoramus. What a
What a maroon.
Tara
That's the one we need to start using again, right?
That's funny.
I can't imagine anybody sitting around a fire and I go, what if I put this gummy bear on the end of this stick and put it in there? Man.
It's really fascinating.
That's a brave soul right there.
Let's hear that soundbite again.
I can see Josh Sadler there. I'm going to heat my keys up in the fire and see what happens when I try to start the car. Ah!
What a maroon. What an ignoramus. What a tararagoondier.
Anybody want another sip?
Yeah. Take a little bit more of that.
Yeah, top me off.
I put a couple of melted gummies in there for you. Man, I've never been so obsessed with anything in my life now than a heated up gummy.
That's good stuff.
I'm more on the
Wonder about
candy sushi thing.
I think you need the smoky fire roasted vibes. 'Cause I don't think microwaving for a few seconds.
No,
would
it's
be
gotta
the
be.
same
It's gotta
effect.
be over fire.
You
Man,
know,
he's starting to craze now.
This could be for the happy hour at the Jawn Lounge.
We're gonna call it.
The non-alcoholic lounge we're gonna have.
That does seem like the modern day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a religious church right across the street.
Yeah.
Come on by the fire. I'm gonna make a couple of Sadlers. We're gonna be eating good tonight. Man. But the funny thing, the only place I can find this is the corner store down from where I live. Like the grocery store didn't have it.
You looked?
I did look.
That's a good little corner store.
I
you
do
got
like
there.
that little corner store.
Do they love you? Do you have a rapport with the people there?
No, I feel sorry for them. It's always like some woman with a bunch of people from the park trying to pick them up. So I always feel like I don't know how they stand working there. My favorite was I went in there one time and I said, do you sell popcorn? Like bags of popcorn? And the woman behind the counter said, no, we suck. And I was like, okay, you don't really need to tell me all that, but and I was thinking, just looking at it, I was like, okay, I'll just get some chips, it's fine.
What's in the gas station across the street from there?
That is
it still
Stanton
empty?
mystery. It's open, but we've been trying to
They
figure that out.
had their grand opening for 6 months and nobody's ever been
What
in
is
there.
it?
We don't know. It was going to be one of those little gambling places. And then they passed a law, and I don't think they saw that they could make enough money at that. So I don't think they know what they're going to do with it. I've been wanting to put a little donut shop in there.
That'd be a good one.
Let's go.
Not gluten-free, healthy stuff. People would jog around the park and come over there and
Sweet potato donuts.
we
With kale.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kale
all
chips
local,
and
all
sweet
local
potato donuts.
vegetables.
You want a bag of kale before you leave?
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, the main drink would be what we're drinking now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar-free Oreo
So good.
Cokes, please.
By the quart.
And you'd have like a pot with a fire underneath with gummy bears in it. They could reach in and get a handful of hot gummy bears.
They have to sign a waiver on the way in.
You might want to use the tongs to get
You have
those
to
out.
agree not to sue us. We'll just.
Man, I'm obsessed. I gotta go home and build a fire and make some.
You know,
some
he's
gummy-
got a lighter.
We don't have
Well,
any.
I don't have a
some
good
gummies
lighter,
upstairs?
by the way.
I got like a gummy
of
vitamin,
them.
vitamin D gummy. That might work.
Man, I'm ready to try this thing.
So here's maybe. Should I not do a more serious note?
No, we're ready for some serious.
Have y'all heard about the tent city behind Food Lion on Beverly?
Known about it for years.
Or wait, I guess it's not Beverly. But it's
I've
it's
seen
been
it
there for
since-
years.
Since 2013.
West
Oh,
Beverly?
really?
I noticed it one of the very first times I ever went to Food Lion down there. I saw
And
it.
this is the one going out towards Swope? Is that the one
West
we're
Beverly.
talking about? Mm-hmm.
I was just there this weekend.
2013, huh? So it's a whole
I think
thing.
so. Yeah. I mean, it's been there for as long as I can remember. And
How
that's when
big
we
is
moved.
it? I didn't know about it.
Well, from what I could tell, you couldn't see the whole thing, but there's like a trail, and it went up because there's a hill behind that thing, behind the supermarket right there, and at that time there was like a little trail, and then there like flattens out, and it was a little kind of cleared a little bit, but you could tell they were trying to kind of keep it kind of covered, but it was like a little structure. I don't know what it was made of. It wasn't cardboard, and it wasn't a tent, but it was like an encampment there that was kind of big, for probably several people could be in it, and it was just always there.
But it's expanded out of more of them, or it's just that one?
Apparently.
I'm not
Really?
sure. I haven't shopped there in a while, so I haven't. Yeah, you can almost see it from the parking lot, so it's not super hidden.
Yeah, but
It's been
people on
pretty
next
obvious.
door are saying you can see it from the train, the scenic
Oh,
train
wow.
ride or whatever.
Interesting.
Must pass
Maybe.
by an interesting angle of it.
I'm always amazed that they made a grocery store with only like 40 parking spaces. That's the smallest parking lot. Like 7-Elevens have bigger parking lots than that grocery store does.
I think
We'll
of it
never
as
have
pretty
more
big,
than, like, compared to the one like going Culture.
because they got like 4 storefronts there, and the parking lot goes across all of them.
Was there other stores there?
Used to be. I'm not sure what's there now. It used to be like a Family Dollar. Is that a false memory?
I don't know that they're connected. The lots are
No.
connected.
You live there, you should know.
I'm trying to picture it though.
It's only like 6 parking spaces. Like the row is only like 6, and they're all like just one row. Very strange.
Hey, Saul. Welcome to the show.
Give us a rain song. We got 2 more rain songs.
Mission in the Rain, Grateful Dead.
Big Sambo and the Home Wreckers. Anybody know them? The Rains Came. The Pixies, Roy Orbison, Rainy Night. No, the Pixies. I can't remember. I'm having a hard time. The Rains Came, Big Sambo and the House Wreckers. Stormy Weather by the Pixies. Raindrops by Roy Orbison. You might know that one.
Oh yeah.
Rainy Night in Soho by the Pogues. When It Rains, X. I know that one.
You're cheating, aren't you? You're on
Oh, somebody sent me a bunch of them.
Oh.
It's finally coming to me. Let me just rattle them off here.
It won't stop.
Give me. I'm not done yet.
So what do y'all think about this? The thing just came out recently that top 4 podcasts in America. I just looked to see where we were on the charts, and I guess we got knocked out of the top slots there. I'm not sure where we are on there anymore, but the top 4 is pretty interesting. Is Joe Rogan. Y'all ever watch him at all?
I've seen him on YouTube
The guy from
and
Fear
stuff.
Factor, right?
Then Tucker Carlson. Then Candace Owens.
I don't know who that
And
is.
then the Hawk Tua girl.
What? She
what's-
got a podcast?
She's number 4.
Wow.
But what's pretty wild is that the top podcasts, except for the Hawk Tua girl, which is just random, she's just a girl that went viral
Like a month ago.
about a month ago, right? So it's
she's
her
got big
new. I guess everybody's checking it out because she was hugely viral there, and so now she has a podcast, so everybody's checking it out, and that elevates the numbers. We'll see if she has staying power. But that's the top 3 podcasts in America right now, are all these like sort of pretty far right,
yeah.
conspiratorial, like it's just pretty interesting phenomenon that Tucker Carlson. Candace Owens is really famous in conservative circles, but she's really gone really far off the deep end a little bit with all kinds of different conspiracy theories and stuff. But they're all very sort of conspiratorial, far right talk shows that are the most popular podcasts in America right now.
Spawned by like Rush Limbaugh kind of stuff.
Yeah, but even going further,
Oh,
like
next-
Alex
right.
Jonesville,
Yeah, the
like
next
sort of
generation of it.
how outlandish can, and it's how can we trigger the liberals the most or something like that? Like how to, it's sort of shocking perspectives. It's just interesting that that's what's so popular in our culture at the moment. I'm not sure what that means or what we got to do to get ourselves up in there. I
Yeah.
don't think we want to do what it takes, apparently.
Well, you know, I don't know what a podcast is. I don't have anything to do with them. So you're talking about another world to me.
Right.
But I do live in this world and I do vote, but I don't care anything about podcasts.
And you do have basically a podcast.
I do. Yes, I've heard, but I do.
It's happening.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like right now.
we could be considered a podcaster because all the ones I mentioned are all video as well.
Yeah.
It's just a talking show.
Yeah. Well,
Long form.
I found another way that we're getting viewership.
How's that?
By the way, I just thought I'd share this with Jabber John, is that I found out also a friend of mine told me that he was having trouble sleeping. And he got up at 1 o'clock and just found us and put it on, and he hadn't ever. And
Hadn't slept that good. And
he slept so good that night. Now he does it all the time. If he's having trouble getting to sleep, he says. Now he was being serious. He was saying that our voices are soothing when it's relaxing to go to bed, thinking about hearing y'all, hearing us, and well, we don't go too crazy. You've been a little weird tonight, but other than that. Yeah,
I can
but
see
it's
that.
basically he's saying it's very relaxing. But if it helps you go to sleep, that's great.
Oh yeah.
I love that show a couple of weeks back where Kepler came down and was like, that was my favorite one yet. She was like, it reminded me of being a kid and pretending to sleep and listening to the adults talk.
Yeah.
Listening, and there's just, and that's a very visceral memory from me too. There's just something about that. Just being a kid,
Right.
listening
Great,
to the
yeah. Oh,
listening
yeah.
to the adults jabber Jawn.
Yeah, that's a great image.
And you can't wait to wake up in the morning and see if there's any Oreo Zero Coke left.
Hey, that's not Oreo Coke.
Who drank the rest of the Oreo Coke? There was something left when I went to bed.
Who did all the cooking?
Man,
You guys don't really look at Twitter much, do you?
I don't even know what it is.
I feel like that.
Cesspool.
Yeah, it's a cesspool. I mean, I look at it every day. It's fun to check in. I like Twitter because X or whatever they call it, because it's sort of like Facebook vibes, but it's all like global world events and politics and now like watching people die and weird sex stuff. It's just a definite cesspool in that regard. But Elon is, I mean, it's in this same category with the Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Joe Rogan popularity. It's like there's this whole thing going on that is a little terrifying, because this is like the richest man in the world bought the world's social media platform. He said he bought it in the name of free speech, and now he's just like completely boosting his own post to the top and is not afraid just to be completely far right, conspiratorial minded, just like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. There's this whole thing that's happening in our culture that I don't know if, hopefully it's not as concerning as it seems, but it is alarming, especially when you see like how many like billionaires are just a little out of their minds. like just willing to believe the most outlandish stuff and to propagate and put forth these conspiracy theories. And I mean, a lot of it came from the COVID thing that happened, where but deep state conspiracy theories and all this stuff. It's it's a little alarming and unsettling, and I guess I'm hesitating because it could. I don't want to get political, but it is frightening in that regard. Just like when you realize what they're saying and what they're thinking, and how they're all trying to fight this woke mind virus and these radical leftists, and like that, and to see the amount of influence and money behind it, and then to see that they represent like the top 3 most popular podcasts in the. I just don't even know what's happening with that. But it's pretty fascinating to watch what happened to Twitter when it was bought, not just by the richest man in the world, but another fevered ego that just wants to be a part of Trump's cabinet, and and so just completely willing to share like fake AI generated clips of different politicians and stuff like that. And I know it's just such a surreal, all of it's so surreal to me.
Yeah, he went in there when he took over Twitter. Like the first thing he did was like get rid of all the people that were doing content moderation.
You're out. You're fired.
The whole entire department, I think he just
basically
turned it off.
Didn't yesterday or today like 500,000 or 500,000 sites or people he shut down or something?
No, I didn't see that.
Something was on the news today, like he just went in and cleared out people I guess he didn't agree with or something.
Wow. It's so surreal too, because he owns the platform now, so every time I open the app, his post is at the top. Well, that's funny how that works. It just elevates his own philosophies, his own take on the world, and he's just I don't know. It's just surreal. It's all so surreal.
I remember one of the jobs that I had, nobody agreed with Rush Limbaugh at all, but we would listen to him almost every day because we were going in and out of the room, and we would just start arguing with the radio. It was almost like a way, like just to get us, because after working with somebody, it was just me and another dude. We had nothing left to talk about after a couple of years. So we'd be like, "What's this moron talking about?" Like it was just like a way like to argue with somebody that wasn't
fun.
there.
Yeah, I listen to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so maybe a lot of people are listening to it just to keep their brain on defense at all times.
He's definitely the grandfather of this whole phenomenon for sure. But he didn't have a good effect on our culture.
Oh no.
Sort of like where the whole Great Divide began.
Yeah, there's no middle ground anymore. It's all, what camp are you in?
You never listen to any of that stuff, right?
No.
You're smart.
Well, I try to get a taste of everything. I like to see what everybody's saying. I don't want to be totally ignorant of, but I don't know a lot. I don't follow anybody or anything, but I'll just, I'll watch the news at Fox, and then I'll watch it at CNN, and it's like there's 2 different worlds. And then you realize that you just had to add it all up and divide by 2 and make up your own mind. But, back to what a lot of the popularity is, that you get, one of the tricks is you get people needing you in some way. And one of the ways is that if they feel unsafe, where do they go to feel safe? They go to feel safe where somebody's saying what they want to hear. So, that's what they're delivering.
But it's
sad that, but what they've done.
But where they're going are the fear mongers, people that are making them feel.
Well, that's exactly. They're. It's just like a bank that charges you interest if you borrow their money, but then you're paying off your credit card, which the bank owns.
Right.
Does anybody see something wrong there? So the bank doesn't do anything and they make all this money. And that's what's wrong with our society. There's too many people that are not doing anything and making money. You know, if you can play shortstop better than anybody else, I don't mind you making a little bit of money. You don't need to make that much. Nobody needs to make that much. But you know what I mean. But there's just too much money going out the door to people that don't do anything to earn it. And,
I don't really mind
and
athletes making.
then they hire us commoners.
Right. I don't mind athletes making a lot of money just because their careers are so short. Like they got to get it while they can, and if they've risen to that upper echelon that they're part of our entertainment and everything, that they should get it while they can. Because by the time
I don't. But again, what's the pay scale? You know, I was thinking, you know, when a utility second baseman makes $2 million and the best school teacher in the state of Virginia
Right,
makes 20,000, there's something wrong with the system.
yeah, amen to that.
And that just could be fixed. We just need to get in there and fix it.
Amen.
But I don't mind them making a good living.
Admiral Ball says, I think the idea of the world's billionaires who control the world's most influential corporations and media companies and social media companies' main pitch is that they are fighting back against our society's conspiratorial bad actors is kind of absurd to a silly degree. I just started reading that before I had read it.
But what is Elon? When did he become like a spokesman or like such? Has he always been that way?
Not really.
I see him talking about everything now. You could do. I don't know. I'm talking with ice in my mouth.
Sounds great.
You could power China with windmills or not windmills but solar energy and stuff like. How does he know all that stuff? And he always seems like an expert on everything he talks about.
He Googles it.
Yeah, that's the thing that's so funny to me about Elon Musk, because I've been studying him now for years, and I still have no idea if he's even smart or not. Like, I can't tell if he's like some kind of on the spectrum genius in some way, or if he's just a complete idiot that had money to begin with and got lucky with a few investments and then paid people to make good decisions for him. I cannot tell where his mind is, what he's got going on up there, if anything at all. Most of his posts on Twitter these days seem like he's sort of a raving lunatic.
Yeah.
I like the old Elon, where like the weirdest thing was, I don't have a mic,
Oh no.
but I just like the old Elon. I like the older Elon because the weirdest thing, or back when the weirdest thing was how he talked about wanting to colonize Mars or the moon or something. Like, sci-fi fan here. Okay, you got the money to that's what you want to spend it on, and go for it, dude. But he's gone so far in such a weird way that it's disturbing, because you don't have to be smart to be influential, so we're seeing that.
Right. Yeah, I saw him talking last night about something. It was like on YouTube. And the way he talks he's got an emotionless way of talking, but he sounds confident. They were talking about how safe are these tunnels that he's building,
The
these
boring company.
Yeah, and he's like, well, if there's a storm at sea, where do you want to be? You want to be in a submarine underneath it all. So like you're building all these tunnels and stuff in California. He's like, well, the earthquakes are at the top, underneath. I was like, man, that sounds like it makes sense. And he's saying it, and I'm like, is that really true or not? Or is the tunnel going to collapse?
It's going to collapse.
Yeah, but the way he was talking about it, I was like, well, that makes sense. At sea, you want to be under the, you're down in the water where there's no. But that just the way he talks, and like at least I questioned it. But if the way he presents it, I'm sure people believe all kinds of crazy stuff he says.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely able to hire like experts. Like when you look at SpaceX, they're really doing that, and it's impressive. This privately owned like space exploration thing. I mean, hey, he's got the money, and that's what he chooses. Tesla kind of changed the game. I wouldn't say that I would buy one, but they got everybody else making them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know some of those, but he didn't necessarily conceptualize these things, like he just had the money to hire the right people to make it happen,
Right.
It wasn't him like engineering the rocket.
Right. It drives me
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying.
It drives me crazy every time I read X, formerly known as Twitter. Like, why'd you even change the damn name when they have to say every time X, formerly known as Twitter? Just keep it as Twitter if they have to tell you every single time what X is.
Right.
What did you change the name to? X, formerly known as Twitter.
One of the children that he has with Grimes, music artist, his name is X, followed by some other stuff, but I think he's said something about that, like named after his son or something.
One of his kids is named X.
X something, yes. It's
Like a name you can't really pronounce.
well, it's there's like the slanted A. There's like fairy letters in it or something. Somebody out there might know, but
Josh says he's a good walking ad on a limit to personal wealth. It is psychologically cruel to allow a human to have power they have no capacity to handle. What do you think about that? A limit on wealth.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
But then they'd call me a socialist.
right. They would.
I'm not a socialist.
Mm-hmm.
I just think a man ought to know when enough's enough.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need a little help, I'm here for you.
I definitely, when I was younger, thought that it was a no-brainer that there should be a limit on a person's wealth. I'm not sure if I
Well,
fully appreciated the potential ramifications of such a limitation, or the enforcers of such a limitation might have implications that I am too naive to fully comprehend.
Right, yeah, but it's still, there ought to be some judgment in there somewhere along the line. It's just gotten out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea of the nature of our economic system is, it's just gotten out of hand, and you need to control it somehow. And the government is the way we feel like we need to do that, but at the same time, the government's corrupt too, so we end up with problems on both ends. So somewhere along the line, we just got to use more sense, from the bottom up, and elect people that represent what we need, not what will get them elected for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but maybe that's going to happen.
Corey for council.
Corey for council.
Well, I think a local election's about, should be about what that individual believes, not what their party says. And I think we hopefully are back to that now here in our little town, that we're talking about people, not parties.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a local situation and there are issues. And they might fall on party lines, and you can be a party, but that shouldn't be what you run on.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you can mention it, but it shouldn't be what runs you. You should run it. That's what I'm saying.
It does almost feel conspiratorial at the end of the day, the way, because the only way the the powers that be could stay in power is by keeping the people from uniting. Because if the people just united and
Exactly.
only represented, only bought good products, only voted in good people, like that could change the world. But if they can keep us at each other's throats and divided right down the middle, 50-50, they get to stay in power.
You're exactly right. And that's where the two-party system breaks down.
Like I have people that, you know, for a long time have believed that like the system keeps us stupid, keeps us divided and stuff like that. And, you know, and you hear them talking, you're like, because you imagine smoke-filled back rooms where people are, and I'm like, it's got to be more complicated than that. But every now and again, I'm like, oh my God, they might be right. I don't know how that happens. If it's just a systemic thing that's in human nature, or if there's actual people keeping us ignorant and divided. But
well, here's the thing. I'll give you a break from that for a second.
please.
But along those lines, when I watch the news at night, and I'm not talking about which network, but because they all do the same thing, and they pretty much all have the same storylines every night. But, you know, these shows thrive on, and I'll just go ahead and say, Mr. Trump, who's running, they thrive on talking about him. And most of the stuff that they're talking about is just him talking. Mm-hmm. And he's got to be happy as a bird. I mean, he's just getting all this free advertising. So much of the stuff that they put on the 6:30 o'clock, you know, when things are happening all around the world, and you got 5 minutes to tell us we might be going to war in the Middle East, but then we're going to spend another 8 minutes on what Trump said and what she didn't say or what she said. And I don't really want to hear all that. You saw, it's not news. Mm-hmm. It's people trying to get elected. It's not news. Mm-hmm. News is when things are really happening. And there's enough news to fill up 30 minutes, I guarantee you.
At least.
Every night. But along those lines, I mean, and I'm talking about the network shows are putting on Mr. Trump and giving him what he wants, but they're also just creating him to be the news. Mm-hmm. They're doing exactly what he would love for them to do every day, and they're doing it. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Tell them what you were telling me, what you thought when you watched Easy Rider again recently.
Oh, you watched that again recently?
Well, that was one of the harder things I've done. It was a big mistake.
He had a very good opinion on it.
Well, it was just amazing how it was the same thing all over. I didn't realize how dumb they made the Southern people and how ugly they created that image. They didn't get into any depth with any of those characters. They were all just rednecks ready to kill the hippies. And I mean kill the hippies. That's how it ends. And I'll never forget that moment when that gun shot and there's a good-looking young Peter Fonda dead in the ditch. I'll never, that was visceral for me when I saw it back then.
Right.
And watching it again and the way they set it up, and the way they created, it was the drug culture. It was California invading us. Well, does that sound like anything we're hearing right now?
You're just showing how far back the divide really goes.
Yeah, I mean, and this was so, and they didn't have enough. They weren't cool about it. It was so obvious, but I didn't remember any of that. I accepted that as part of the culture.
Right.
Like everybody that smoked pot was crazy, like Dennis Hopper and the cocaine and all that, but also they were creating this two-dimensional people run the cultures.
The clash.
The clash of the cultures, and I didn't get any of that.
Mm-hmm.
That
is fascinating.
It is remarkable, and you can see it so well now looking back on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see exactly why they did that scene and what they were doing, but at the time it was just all, that whole role of Jack Nicholson, his first role, and that character, and wow, I didn't remember any of that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
We did it again, folks. Yeah.
I'm Kyle Hogg.
I'm Nathan Moore.
And I forgot what I was supposed to say about me being Steve Moore.
Here I thought I might never see her again. Then I got a lipstick kiss postcard from Istanbul. What could I do but throw one back to the wind? The moon's looking at me, I'm such a fool, I'm in love. So easy when it's a world away. What I imagine she'll do, what I imagine she'll say. Someday, she gave me the feather I'm wearing up in my hat. I remember her flying and falling right in my lap. I close my eyes and I can hear her laugh. I remember the tears from that last night we had, and I'm in love. So easy when it's a world away. What I imagine she'll do, what I imagine she'll say someday. Here's to hoping we do it again someday. That wasn't just bumping uglies rolling in hay. That wasn't just knocking boots or getting laid. No, baby, that was love we made. I'm in love. So easy when it's a world away. What I imagine she'll do, what I imagine she'll say someday.
Oh, man,
I like
that's
that.
a song you eat macaroons to.
I forgot all about that song. Somebody asked for it the other night on the practice,
Really?
and so I had to learn it.
Is it an old
That's an
one?
oldie, yep.
I love that song. That's a good.
Pepper sent me the lipstick kiss postcard from Istanbul.
Oh, that's great. That's a
Thank you, Abe, for getting that one off the bottom of the ocean back into my pocket.
Great.
Oh, it's good. It's good. That was fun. That cruised right along. Now I want some red velvet Oreos. I want those wafer cookies with the cream in there. Never could remember what those were called. You were talking about Vienna.
Yeah.
Is that not there?
What?
Is that not there?
I'm getting